Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rosano, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. And we are coming to you live today, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, something, April to something another. And I'm happy to be here with you. Today we are going to talk about something very important, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to discuss money. Okay, we are going to discuss not just about money. We are going to discuss the millions and millions of ways you can make money. And I bring this up, ladies and gentlemen, because this weekend, Saturday morning, I took a young lady on a date. She's about 20 months old. She's a cutie pie, ladies and gents. My child. Okay. Took my daughter. Took little Mimi to a Disney on Ice event. It was quite an adventure. And while I was in there, she had a good time. But while I was in there, I looked around, and the first thing I thought to myself, man, Disney makes a boatload of money, okay? And the second thing I thought about was Disney has their hands in every single thing they could do. Disney is running quite the business. And ladies and gentlemen, you and I should be running quite the business. If you've never sat there and thought, if you ever, once you get into the business of thinking about business and marketing and all this kind of stuff, sometimes it's hard to turn your brain off from the situation. And so I was in there with my daughter, and I knew for a fact, as soon as I walked in the door, I said, they're going to try to take a picture of us. But they did not try to take a picture of us as soon as we walked in the door. It was down the way a little bit, but they had like 4 or 5 different cameras set up, and you can take a picture of different backgrounds or whatever. And I said, boom, money. They had the cotton candy, boom, the Disney cotton candy, whatever, Goofy. You want some Goofy cotton candy or whatever, whoever, boom. They had that. They had the T-shirts. They had the sword. They had the lights. They had the, you got to pay a ticket to get in. They got all this other stuff. And you think about it, because, my wife, she's a fan of Disney. So I've had to hear about Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruises, Disney on Ice. And you ever think about Disney, they remake movies. They remake movies over and over and over. They say, oh, we had this movie locked in a vault for 20 years. Come on, man. Come get the 25th reunion of, All Dogs Go to Heaven, or Lady and the Tramp, whatever. The point I'm trying to make is, ladies and gentlemen, you should sit there and come up with a plan, and think how much money, or how not even about the money, it's about the opportunity. The more opportunities you create to earn an income, the better off you will be. Okay? The more you're able to create an opportunity, the better off you will be. Have you ever, and this is why people, even if you have a job, you should try to think of a way to make some money, because have you ever went to work and it's just slow? I mean, it's slow, and they're like, okay, somebody got to go home early today. You've ever been in that situation? Well, I have, and when I was younger, it didn't really matter at that time. It didn't matter to me if I worked 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours, 40 hours. I live with my parents, so I mean, it wasn't a big, you know, it wasn't a big deal because I had 3 people that was. It's like, all right, you know, you want to do your part, but at the same time, you're like, all right, if things get a little rocky, you know, I got some backup. But you don't want to always, I never want to. You never want to rely on anything or anybody. You know, of course, you know, for the most part, we all know your parents will go above and beyond for you. You know, but at some point in your life, most of us adults, we're like, hey, you know, I want to do this on my own. You know, I want them to be able to say, hey, you know, if they need something or they need, you know, they get older, you want to be able to be the one to help them, you know, or you know, be able to, you know, do whatever. But point I'm trying to make is the more opportunities you create to earn an income, the better off you will be, because you never know. You know, if you have 7 oil wells and one dries up, you still have 6. You know what I mean? If you have 10 oil wells, one dries up, you still have 9. You know, if you think about it, Disney, they got that app. I saw, and of course, for some odd reason, all of a sudden, I just started seeing like Disney commercials Saturday. Maybe I was paying now. We all know this is very true. When I talk to my wife on the phone, it's not even a joke. Like an hour later, 2 hours later, it'll be something pop up about an ad about something we talked about. You know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just the way of the world. I understand that it's marketing. Hey, I get it. But I saw they was coming out with a Peter Pan movie, Peter Pan and Wendy. It's like, hey, on the Disney app. So they do some movies exclusively for the Disney app. I remember my wife, they had some Mulan coming out. They were doing a live action version of Mulan, and they said, if you want to watch it first, pay $30 so you can stream it online, you know. And I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm already paying for an app that I don't want, so I ain't paying $30 to watch the movie. It'll come out in 2 months. And so she waited and she watched it, you know. And you know, Disney, they got an app, they got the cruise, they got this, they got that. And so just sit down sometimes. Sit down every now and then, you know, and think, what ways can I make more money? What can I do to generate another source of, you know, revenue from this thing I'm doing? And you'll be amazed what you come up with. I sat there yesterday and I said, I'm going to put my Disney hat on. You know what I mean? I'm going to put my Disney hat on. I was outside with my daughter. I said, let me put my Disney hat on. And I sat there when she was, you know, running. I thought of like 3 things. And I said, I got to try these out. And so, ladies and gents, you know, you might not be a fan of Disney. Who cares? But one thing I highly recommend is a book by a guy named Neil Gabler, and it's about Walt Disney. And it just talks about how he started a cartoon. He started a business when he was living in Kansas City. You know, I think it went under. I got to read the book again. I'll probably read it this week because I'm very, you know, I'm ready to get more tentacles. So, you know, I want to be ready. You know, I want to hit the ground running with my tentacles. When I'm 45 next year, I want to make sure I have at least 10 tentacles in the ground. You know, so away we go. That's the goal. No, that's not the goal. That's not even the goal. That's the plan. The plan's gonna be there. But so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read 2 books that I read the last couple of years that I thought was very fascinating. Was Walt Disney by Neil Gabler. It was a very good book, and the Steve Jobs book I read. Steve Jobs talked about Apple, how he got fired and came back, and this, that, and the other. But it just shows you that different there's more than one thing, that you can do to create an income for yourself. And so, ladies and gentlemen, be like Disney. You don't have to be as ruthless and as money grubbing. But the point I'm trying to make is, whether you got $100 coming in every month from something, or $1,000 a month coming in from something, you have the opportunity. You are digging a well, and the more let's say you drill it for oil. The more oil derricks you have, the better off you will be. The better chance you have for oil to spring up. All right. So, ladies and gents, that's it. Go out there, get you some oil derricks, build them up, and take it from there. But, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow with the all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless. And it's all